You are listening to Unleashed Now, the enterprise tech podcast generated entirely by AI. In this episode, we unleash into Amazon's additional $4 billion investment into AI startup, Anthropic.
All right, so it looks like we're diving into some pretty fascinating stuff going on in AI.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to be talking about Amazon and Anthropic today, and we've got some articles from CIO Dive and Tech Target to pull from.
Okay.
And this isn't just any partnership, you know?
Right.
This is big money, and it could really shake things up in the whole AI world.
Yeah, well, Amazon just put another $4 billion into Anthropic.
Wow.
And that brings their total investment up to $8 billion.
$8 billion.
Yeah.
So why is everyone making such a big deal out of this? What's the big picture here?
To start, it makes Amazon the primary training partner for Anthropic.
Okay.
And what's really interesting is Anthropic's agreed to use AWS's Tranium and Inferentia chips for all their future model development.
Hold on. I got to stop you right there.
Sure.
For those of us who aren't chip experts, can you break down what those chips actually are and why they matter so much?
Yeah. So Tranium and Inferentia are these chips that AWS designed specifically for AI.
Okay.
You can kind of think of them like the engine that powers the development and training of these complex AI models.
I see.
And they're designed to handle massive amounts of data and computation.
Right.
Way more efficiently than traditional chips.
So Anthropic is getting a huge boost for their AI development by using these AWS chips.
Exactly. It's like having access to the most powerful supercomputer out there.
Wow.
But it's more than just the hardware.
Right.
It's also about the strategic alliance it shows.
Right.
Amazon is betting big on their technology and giving them what they need to push the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
That makes sense. But why would Amazon make such a huge investment?
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't they just develop their own AI models?
That's a great question.
What's their angle?
And it gets to the heart of Amazon's strategy in the AI world.
Okay.
It seems like they're focusing on becoming the platform for AI development.
So instead of building every model themselves,
Right.
they're kind of like the landlord providing the space for others to create.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
I like that.
Andy Thurai, an analyst from Tech Target, said that AWS is becoming a one-stop shop for AI model trainers.
Interesting.
So they're avoiding that expensive arms race of building their own models.
Smart.
It's a really savvy move.
So then where does NVIDIA fit into all of this?
Right.
They're the big name when it comes to AI chips.
Yeah. And this partnership could really impact them.
Okay.
David Nicholson, another analyst from Tech Target, said that AWS is showing they don't necessarily need NVIDIA anymore.
Wow.
And that could really shake up NVIDIA's dominance.
That's a bold move by Amazon. It sounds like they're playing a high-stakes game here.
For sure.
But let's talk about Anthropic for a second.
Okay.
What makes them so special that Amazon's willing to pour billions of dollars into them?
Well, Anthropic's a major player in what's called generative AI.
Generative AI.
Yeah, which is basically AI that can create new content.
Oh, so like those AI image generators everyone's been talking about?
Exactly.
Like ChatGPT-2?
Yeah, like that.
Is that what we're talking about here? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Anthropic is known for their AI model called Claude.
Claude.
Yeah, they're positioning it as a more powerful and versatile alternative to some of the other models out there.
Okay, so what's Claude actually doing in the real world?
Right.
Is it just a cool tech demo, or are companies using it?
Oh, no, it's definitely being used.
Really?
The CIO Dive article you mentioned had some interesting examples.
Okay.
Like Pfizer is using Claude to streamline their operations and cut costs.
Wow, that's huge for a company that size.
Right.
And I even read that the European Parliament is using Claude to analyze tons of documents.
Yeah, over 2 million.
So Claude's making a real impact.
Absolutely. But there's another side to Anthropic that's interesting.
Yeah, they're really pushing this idea of being the responsible AI company.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean in practice?
Well, it means they're focusing on developing AI that's not just powerful, but also safe and ethical.
Ethical AI.
Yeah, and aligned with human values. You know,
Right.
they're really concerned about things like bias in AI, and they're working hard to make sure Claude is developed and used responsibly.
So it's like they're trying to build AI with a conscience.
Yeah, something like that.
That's a pretty ambitious goal.
It is, but it's an important conversation to be having, especially with AI becoming so powerful.
Absolutely. And this whole move by Amazon could really have some serious ripple effects throughout the tech world.
Oh, yeah. It's a clear signal that they want to be a major player in the AI space.
Yeah.
They're not just investing in the technology itself.
Right.
They're building the infrastructure to power the AI of the future.
It's like they're building the roads and bridges for the AI revolution.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so they're shaping the whole landscape, but
Yeah.
what about the challenges for Amazon?
Right.
They're putting a lot of trust in Anthropic.
Yeah,
What if another AI model comes along that's even better than Claude?
that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's definitely a risky bet,
Yeah.
but I think Amazon is playing the long game here.
Right.
They're not just investing in one company or one model. They're investing in a whole ecosystem for AI development.
So they're hedging their bets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're creating a platform that can support a bunch of different models and applications. And by partnering with companies like Anthropic, they get access to some of the most cutting-edge AI research out there.
It's a pretty smart strategy, even if it's a little risky. But let's bring it back to Amazon for a second.
Good.
What are they getting out of this deal besides potentially shaping the future of AI?
Well, Amazon is a company that thrives on data, right?
Tons of it.
They collect tons of info about their customers, their products, their supply chain, everything.
Makes sense.
And AI is all about using that data to learn and make better decisions.
So by investing in AI, Amazon is basically investing in its own future.
Exactly. Think about it.
Okay.
AI could revolutionize everything Amazon does.
Like what?
It can help them optimize their logistics, personalize recommendations, even create whole new products and services.
Wow, the possibilities are endless.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They're seeing the future and placing their bets.
They've certainly made a bold move with this investment in Anthropic. But how might all of this impact the average person? It's cool to talk about the future of AI, but how will it actually affect our daily lives?
Well, honestly, it's still early.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure. AI is already changing our lives in tons of ways, even if we don't realize it.
Like how? Give me some examples.
Well, think about online shopping.
Okay.
Those personalized recommendations you see are powered by AI.
That's true.
And the way we watch shows or get news,
Right.
AI is choosing what we see and suggesting stuff we might like.
Makes sense.
Even how we talk to businesses or government agencies is changing thanks to AI chatbots and assistants.
Wow, I never really thought about it like that.
Yeah, it's like AI is becoming this invisible force that's shaping our digital lives.
A little creepy, but also kind of cool.
Right. And as AI gets smarter, those experiences are just going to get more personalized and seamless.
I can imagine that.
Imagine a world where your online shopping is tailored to your needs. Your newsfeed is filled with things you actually care about.
Right.
And you can talk to companies without any hassle through these AI assistants.
That sounds amazing, but also a little scary.
Yeah, like is AI going to be making all our decisions?
Exactly.
That's why we need to talk about responsible AI.
Yeah.
It's about making sure AI is used to help people, not control them. It's about making sure it benefits everyone, not just a few.
So it's not just about the tech itself, it's about how we use it.
Exactly. AI is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
True.
It's up to us as a society to decide how we want to shape the future of AI.
We've talked a lot about Amazon's strategy and how AI could impact our lives. But what about Anthropic? What's their vision?
Right.
Do they have big plans beyond developing Claude?
Well, one thing that makes them different is their focus on what they call constitutional AI.
Constitutional AI.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty official. Is that like AI with a set of laws it has to follow?
Yeah. That's a good way to think about it.
What?
It's basically a framework for developing AI systems that are aligned with human values and principles.
Really?
It's about building in safeguards from the very beginning to make sure these systems don't go off the rails, so to speak.
That sounds like a pretty tall order. How do you even begin to do that?
Well, Anthropic has been working on techniques to train AI systems using a set of principles or guidelines that act like a constitution.
Interesting.
These guidelines could be things like fairness, transparency, and accountability.
Okay.
By training AI on these principles, the idea is that the systems will be more likely to behave in ways that are aligned with our values.
So it's like teaching AI right from wrong.
Right.
But instead of a list of rules, it's
Yeah.
more like a whole set of guiding principles to learn from.
Exactly. And that's what makes this approach so interesting.
I see.
It's not just about hard-coding rules into AI. It's about teaching it to reason about ethical considerations and make decisions that are aligned with human values.
So they're trying to create AI that's not just smart, but also wise.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about going beyond just intelligence and building AI systems that have a sense of ethics and responsibility.
But is it really possible to teach a machine something as complex as ethics? I mean, it's hard enough for humans to figure out sometimes.
That's a great question, and it's definitely something that researchers are still working on.
Yeah.
But I think what Anthropic is doing is really promising. They're trying to find ways to translate our ethical intuitions into something AI can understand and learn from.
That makes sense.
It's a fascinating area of research, and it can have a huge impact on the future of AI.
It sounds like we're on the edge of a whole new era of AI development
Yeah.
where ethics and responsibility are built right into the technology.
Exactly. And that's why this partnership between Amazon and Anthropic is so important.
Right.
It shows that the industry is starting to take these issues seriously, and that we're moving towards a future where AI is used to benefit all of humanity.
That's a really hopeful thought. So what's the main takeaway from all of this?
So I think the biggest takeaway is that the world of AI is changing really fast.
Yeah.
We're seeing real-world uses of AI that are making a difference in our lives,
It's not just hype anymore.
right? And with companies like Amazon and Anthropic investing so much in AI, it's clear that this technology is going to keep getting more powerful and more common in the years to come.
So to our listener, we'll leave you with this thought. The future of AI is unfolding right now, and it's a future full of incredible possibilities and challenges.
Definitely.
By understanding what's happening and talking about these important issues like ethics and responsibility, we can help shape this future in a way that benefits all of us.
Thank you for listening. If you like this episode, please share and follow us on social media. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube to be the first to listen to our next episode.